the aviation world just changed forever. On a cold December morning, under the skies of Chengdu, China, revealed something no one was prepared to see. A stealth fighter unlike any other. They call it the J-36, and from the moment the first blurry footage hit social media, military experts everywhere knew they were looking at a game changer. This isn't just another jet rolling off the assembly line. This is a statement, a warning, and perhaps the future of air warfare. A shock to the system. The J-36 doesn't simply challenge the rules of fighter design, it breaks them outright. Where Western engineers spent decades refining the two-engine stealth fighter concept, China asked a different question. Why not three? Three engines, a massive airframe, and a weapons bay so large it could swallow missiles that most countries don't even own. At 23 meters long and with a 19-meter wingspan, the J-36 doesn't just match America's most advanced jets, it threatens to outclass them. U.S. defense officials were blunt. This is China's most significant leap in military aviation history. Power that redefines possibility. At the heart of the J-36 lies its greatest mystery and its greatest strength. Reports suggest it runs on China's most advanced turbofans, the WS-15. But instead of two, engineers chose three. The result? Top speeds exceeding Mach 2.5. The ability to supercruise, fly supersonic without afterburners across thousands of kilometers. And perhaps most critical, unprecedented electrical generation capacity. Why does that matter? Because modern warfare isn't just about missiles, it's about sensors, electronic warfare, and even directed energy weapons. And all of that requires power, lots of it. The J-36 has it in spades. Stealth, but different. Look at the J-36, and you see something almost alien. A tailless flying wing, smooth, seamless, and menacing. Engineers blended the wings and fuselage into a single stealth body, eliminating the radar reflections that betray most aircraft. But the surprises don't stop there. The cockpit, a side-by-side configuration for two pilots. Not since the Cold War have we seen something like this on a frontline fighter. Why? Because this jet isn't just about dogfights. It's about complex missions that demand two brains working together. Even the air intakes are radical. Three of them, feeding three engines, hidden in shapes that deflect radar waves. Nothing here feels like an accident. Every detail is calculated. Weapons that change the game. Then comes the part that made analysts stop and stare. The weapons bay. At 7.6 meters long, it can carry payloads that American jets physically cannot. Imagine a stealth fighter slipping close to an aircraft carrier group and then unleashing YJ-12 supersonic anti-ship missiles, weapons built to sink carriers at ranges of over 400 kilometers. Inside its side bays, it carries the PL-15 and PL-17 air-to-air missiles, giving it the reach to kill opponents before they even know it's there. In practical terms, if you're in the sky against a J-36, it can hit you long before you can hit back. And all of this, remember, stays hidden inside its stealthy frame. No external weapons, no radar cross-section specks. Why three engines? Western analysts asked the obvious question. Why the complexity? Why the maintenance burden of a third engine? The answer is simple. Because China isn't designing for today's battles. They're designing for tomorrow's wars. Wars where planes are flying electronic fortresses. Wars where fighters carry enough energy to jam radars, blind satellites, or even fire energy weapons mid-flight. The J-36 isn't just an aircraft. It's a power plant in the sky. And with three engines, it has redundancy. Even if one fails deep in hostile territory, the mission can go on. Comparing to the West. Stack the J-36 next to America's icons and the picture shifts. The 22 F-A-2 Raptor? still unmatched in agility, but its weapons bay looks small in comparison. The F-35 Lightning II, a marvel of sensors and networking. But with only one engine and limited range, it struggles in the Pacific theater. The J-36, meanwhile, can strike as far as Guam, Japan, or even Hawaii without leaving Chinese airspace behind. Washington has taken notice. The U.S. rushed forward its own next-generation air dominance fighter, the F-47, but details remain locked behind classified walls. Until then, the J-36 sets the pace, the symbolism, and make no mistake, the timing of its unveiling wasn't random. China rolled out the J-36 on December 26, Mao Zedong's birthday. The message was clear. This jet isn't just hardware, it's history, ideology, and national pride forged in titanium and stealth composites. A birthday gift to a founding father and a warning to rivals across the Pacific. What it means for the world. The J-36 forces everyone, America, its allies, and its rivals, to rethink strategy. Carriers are no longer safe. Bases, once thought untouchable, are now within reach. Air defenses, designed for yesterday's threats, may crumble before tomorrow's. Japan, Australia, South Korea, Europe, all are racing to update their sixth-generation projects because the J-36 has set a new bar and no one wants to be left behind. Closing. The truth is, the J-36 is more than a jet. It's a statement, a signal that China has arrived not just as a player, but as a peer competitor in the skies. And as history has shown us, when technology leaps forward, strategy, politics, and power follow. So the question is simple. Will the world adapt fast enough? Welcome to the new age of air power. Welcome to the J-36.